Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a dedicated review on the new Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I was only interested in the palette. I didn't pick up the entire collection. I didn't feel like I personally needed it. So if you're just interested in the palette review, this video is for you. It's going to be short and sweet. I'm going to go over all the details of the palette and also do a look for you. So here is what it looks like inside. We have 15 shades in the palette, 2 of which are repeats, 13 are brand new. The repeat shades are Blackest Black as well as Serenity. Blackest Black you can buy individually from Natasha Denona, and Serenity was in the Star palette to my knowledge and was named Supernova. 13 brand new shades, 6 creamy mattes, 3 metallics, 1 satin duochrome, 1 multi-chrome, 2 sparkling duochromes, and 2 cream to powders, which is my favorite formula that Natasha Denona does. This is a midi-sized palette, which is my preferred sort of palette from Natasha Denona. I love to collect them. It has a nice big mirror in it. The price point is $87, which is on the more pricey side, but not as expensive as some of her other palettes. So that's why I really like the midis. You get to try a ton of her formulas in this palette. So this is her favorite shades. This is her dream palette, and she kind of picked all the things that she uses the most for this, which I personally like. And one of these days, I feel like I'm going to actually pop out some of the shades in my palette and make my own dream Natasha Denona. I have a bunch of the midi ones here. I don't have them all, and I wanted to show you guys some comparisons. I know a bunch of people were comparing my dream palette to the retro and the glam, and I wanted to show you those two here. I think it looks more similar to another palette, which I will also show you. Here is it compared to the glam palette. The glam is much more cool and light. The My Dream palette is going to be perfect for those with deeper skin. I thought this was going to be a little bit more cool tone when I initially saw promo images, but it does have a little bit more warmth and deeper when you look at it in person, which is going to be perfect for those with deep, dark skin. It's nice to see a palette with some depth that's not so light. And then we also have the retro palette, which I can see why a lot of people say this looks like it. Again, you can just tell the depth and the variety in the My Dream palette. I feel like if you have not picked up a Natasha Denona palette before, this would be a good time to do it, because no matter who you are, you're going to be able to use it, and you get a ton of play with the different sort of finishes she included in this palette. So for me, I was checking out my palettes. I think this is most similar to the Lila palette. Obviously not a midi-sized palette. You can see the purples, burgundies, and the golds, I feel like, really play up the same in the My Dream collection. I like that it has the addition of the Blackest Black in the My Dream palette and more of the mattes so that you can really create some depth and dimension with those. I prefer the My Dream palette versus the Lila, and you can't get this anymore, I don't believe. That covered everything that I wanted to talk about in the beginning. We're gonna go ahead and play around with this palette. I have yet to even touch it. I'm sure it's gonna be the same quality we all love and expect from Natasha Denona, but I will throw up some swatches quickly for you to see. Swatches only tell part of the story. They don't show how they play on the eyes, so take it with a grain of salt. Some of my favorite eyeshadows swatch poorly but perform amazing on the eyes, so you can't really go off of swatches. I thought for today we'd play with the left side of this palette, create something nice and dramatic for fall, and then for trying new makeup to come, I thought I'd play with the right side and do something a little bit lighter for daytime wear. So let me know your thoughts on that if you'd like to see another look using this palette in an upcoming video, because you're gonna see this tonight the day I film it, and I'll be filming that video a couple days later. So let me know if you wanna see a lighter look using this palette. We're gonna go ahead and start with Familia. I love how she named these names after things that are important to her, like babies, aspiration, vision. Is spontaneous spelled wrong? Why does that look wrong to me? Hey Siri, how do you spell spontaneous?
Spontaneous. S-P-O-N-T-A-N-E-O-U-S.
So the O and the U should be reversed on that. I'm like, what is that word? Anyone else notice that? I haven't watched many reviews, so I don't know if anyone else has pointed that out. So where was I? Thrown off by the spelling mistake. I'm gonna get as close as I can because I already zoomed you guys in. Starting with Familia, I'm just going to take a BK Beauty 202 brush, tap it off, and then go into my crease. Building up and blending out with little to no effort, which is what I've come to expect with Natasha Denona. I'm bringing this up fairly high. Taking Aspiration and a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A504. I'm just going to go into the crease, lower crease, and slowly build up a little bit more depth there. I basically put my brush in and got the least amount of shadow possible, tapped it off, and that's all I'm going to use for this step. The shade Vision looks super cool, so I'm just going to be playing around with random colors here. I'm going to try spraying my brush with some Fix Plus first. I just want to get the placement in the inner corner of my eye first. I want to have a lightly cut crease. I'm not going in with concealer, but I do want the precision that a brush gives. The shift in this is super cool. Now going in with Instinct on a BK Beauty 207 brush. I'm going to do the outer third and blend it into the shade. And once I get the shape mapped out, by pressing it down, I'm just going to go back in lightly with that BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A504 brush to blend out the edges. No effort whatsoever needed. Wow. I love the cream to powder finish. Nothing beats it. I'm honestly just looking at this palette and seeing what's fun to add, just whatever pretty colors stand out, and that's the look we're getting today. No thought process behind this, but I forgot to mention this color story. Perfect if you have green eyes like me. It's gonna make them pop. It's such a pleasure to work with these sort of formulas. Using a tiny liner brush, this is the BK Beauty 208. I'm going to do some black wing liner with Black is Black, and I'm going to mix it in with a little bit of edgy because it is a cream to powder. Just playing around. Just gives that black more of a purple vibe to it. I just feel like I need a little bit more depth through here, so I'm just going to go in with Carpe Diem, I think. Just at the forefront, add a little depth of color, a little bit different. Just kind of bring that around and blend that in. So this eye look is super cool. I'm loving it. Definitely different from something I would typically wear. So I'm going to go off camera, just finish off everything and show you the final look. I am back. Here is the completed look. I absolutely love how it turned out. I finished off my lower lash line and popped a little bit in the inner corners. So we did Unity smudged on the lower lash line with whatever was left over on my angled brush from Black is Black and Edgy. Just on the outer third of the lower lash line, I used a Makeup by Mario pencil. Not sure the name, but I'll have it linked down below. It's really, really beautiful. I think it was the perfect color. It's a pretty burgundy shade. I'm not sure what it is, but it really suited the look. And then I used the Spelling Mistake in my inner corner, Spontaneous, just because I thought that would finish off the look really nicely, and I think it really did. I love the final look, and I always go back and forth when Natasha Denona releases a palette. Do I need it? Should I review it? Is it worth it? I have to say, I haven't had this much fun with a Natasha Denona palette, I don't think ever. I really like the colors and just what I came up with, and I think I'm going to be getting a ton of use out of this. I didn't honestly think I would like this as much as I did, and I cannot wait to create more looks with it. It was so easy to use. I know I always love Natasha Denona when I put it on my eyes, but it's been a little bit since I've played with my pastel palette, and this just blows that out of the water because that was my previous purchase from Natasha Denona, and it just blended itself. I feel like I didn't have to do any work to create this look, which is saying a lot about her eyeshadow formula. I'm just so impressed. I had minimal fallout. You might have spotted a little bit of sparkle underneath my eyes. I did clean that up before going in with my foundation, but it was really, really minimal. No deep colors whatsoever underneath my eyes. It was just a little bit of the sparkle shade that I saw fell underneath my eyes. The only thing I haven't commented on is the palette itself, the packaging. I really like it. I love the paint splatters. I like that this is an artist palette, her palette. I love that she did something special for this to really make it hers. A true artist palette is what I see when I look at this. I love how it's raised. I love the color of this. Both the combination of this overall color and the black I think is stunning. I am obsessed. I honestly didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I knew it would be good because it's Natasha Denona. Something really wrong would have to happen for her palettes to not not be good. I am blown away. Truly, I'm so happy I picked this up. If you are undecided about this, I would say make the purchase. I think you're going to be really happy with it. I think it's a beautiful combination of a bunch of other palettes that other people suggested, and if you weren't able to get your hands on the Lila palette, amazing option, and I would purchase this over that any day of the week. It is that good. Color story is perfect, deep, has a little bit more warmth than I thought, and I'm not disappointed about it. I thought by the promo images it was going to be a little bit cooler and not as deep in person, but I am so happy that I was wrong in that sense. I know there's a million Natasha Denona reviews out there and mine's a little late, so thank you guys so much for clicking on my video, for spending some time with me today. I really, really appreciate it. Your support, your comments, interaction, liking this video, subscribing, everything you do, I appreciate it so much. So thank you for your view, for your time. I had so much fun filming this video. I cannot wait to edit this and post it for you guys today to see. If you have not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.